Happiness Factory, if you like, is the utopia of happiness that exists behind every single Coca-Cola vending machine.
Happiness Factory is about entertainment. It is a property and an idea that we think is of huge entertainment value. We think it has real longevity.
Imagine the most fantastic possible sequence of events that could take place between the moment you put a quarter in the slot and the soda comes out.
You see the commercial where the guy puts his money into the Coke machine, and actually it turns into this huge fantasy world where they have these little guys making a Coca-Cola, and I just think it's a wonder. It's what it is.
I'm a huge fan of like CGI and the new animation, you know, and they definitely went above and beyond the Call of Duty with these commercials.
The animation's insane, and the story behind it's cool. You know, you see just the workings of inside a vending machine on one of, you know, it's just insane, kind of.
Obviously, the scope for the Happiness Factory franchise is enormous. It's just such a rich territory creatively.
What's so exciting about Happiness Factory is that this world that's been created, you can do anything in this world, and within this factory, anything can happen, anything. It is a challenge for us as the agency and Coke and PSYOP to explore and see the different worlds, because when you see the first spot and you'll see this spot, I think people will want more.
We've extended the storyline from Happiness Factory 1 and 2 and given brand Coca-Cola even more of a kind of like functional role so that consumers can kind of re-engage with the story and enjoy the story as if it was the first time that they were engaging with the Happiness Factory franchise.
Happiness Factory 3 is a simple story of the uplift of Coca-Cola.
We've got a story about a student who is getting kind of weary in the afternoon, goes to get a Coke, and then on his way to the vending machine, he has a little yawn. The workers inside the coin slot, they spot the yawn, and it's a sort of contagious yawn that gets into the machine, and before they know it, the yawn has spread right around the machine, and all the characters in the factory are yawning away, and production grinds to a halt. They're all lost in their yawns, and Wendy, who's the majorette, comes to her senses just in time, claps her hands and summons a gang of hands which appear from the bowels of the machine. They come crashing through the rock faces and deliver helpings of Coca-Cola to all the characters, which sort of revives them, brings them out of their yawn and brings them back to their senses just in time to get back to work, and with sort of renewed vigour they whistle on their way back to work.
People are yawning the 5 notes, and then by the end of it, everyone's whistling the 5 notes.
I'm determined by the end of this campaign that I'll at least be able to get those 5 notes out.
We've used music in a whole number of ways. It's part of the DNA of the brand. It's something that we are embedding deeply in Happiness Factory 3 in particular. This idea of linking a music single and embedding it within multiple elements of the campaign and working with partners to bring that single to life.
Happiness Factory 3 features a very unique partnership with Warner Music Group. Very specifically, 3 of their sub-labels, Atlantic Music, Fueled by Ramon, and Bad Bio Records. Basically, we are partnering, and Coke is financing and producing the single. And Atlantic will be releasing the single through their label and promoting the single all around the world.
Well, my manager, Jonathan, hit me to it. He called me one day and asked me if I'd be interested in writing and producing a new song for Coke, and I thought, you know, sounds like a good idea to me.
The big thing for me was that it was going to be Butch, who I love working with, and I'm like a huge Janelle Monáe fan. Like, I just love everything she does, and I was like, yes, totally.
They said, oh, do whatever you like, if you wanted to write, if you wanted to sing, however, you know, we're looking for you to bring your, you know, unique perspective to this project. There's enough sunshine to share. And so when I heard that, you know, they were flexible and allowing me to be as free as possible on this song, I got excited.
I guess first, what was interesting about it was their interest in me. And so that was appealing, you know, and of course, like we all know and love Coca-Cola.
A friend of mine, JD, emailed me the idea of the song, and from that point on, I was on board.
I think Coke reaching out to up-and-coming artists and artists that have established themselves, you know, I think they're making a really good move.
I guess they came to me because, you know, right now I'm one of the top producers. Being from Atlanta, Georgia, which is the home of Coca-Cola, I feel like it's my duty and an honor at the same time to be involved with this. Coca-Cola is the biggest brand that we all know of. And we're trying to use those big brands to actually be the vehicle for our music.
From Butch Walker, you know, producing the track, to Polo the Dawn, you know, co-producing it, to Patrick being on it, Brendan, CeeLo, me, Janelle Monáe. I mean, I really won't know what the end result's gonna be until I actually hear it, but I know it's gonna be something fantastic.
Judging by the talent that's involved, we have a good shot at it being great, you know?
The way we're driving the track, the music bit for the record, is like a worldly sound. So no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life you come from, you'll be able to relate to it. And I think it's going to touch the masses.
With Happiness Factory 3, music is a really key way we are amplifying the message and the idea to broaden the appeal of Happiness Factory.